So this is my vlog for Unit 5 of Apes, the Apes exam, and I'm going to be talking about some of the concepts that I didn't really not understand, but I didn't really get that much, and what I had trouble with on the test. And I'm just going to summarize it up. So one of the topics, in like a general topic that I had some issue with was agriculture and like soil, just like the specifics of like certain types of agricultural strategies used and how it affects the earth. It's just some of those I didn't understand as well. But overall, I'm gonna be talking about some types of strategies used by farmers. So one is crop rotation, and what crop rotation is that it farmers will plant different crops during different seasons of the year, and by doing that, they are able to get the maximum nutrients out of the soil without overwearing it using a single crop. So they're able to use different crops over different seasons, and it maximizes profit and yield. Another one I want to talk about is alley cropping. And alley cropping is when farmers plant crops in between trees, and when they do that, the trees provide protection, and they can help with conservation of the plants. So I think another version is monocropping, and monocropping is only planting one specific type of crop in that area throughout the whole year. And an example of this would be wheat. And so by planting one specific crop, governments, for example, could want this one area to specialize in this one crop. So then they have this one area only plant this one crop, right? And then another type is intercropping. And intercropping is when farmers plant different types of crops in different rows. So then they're a different type of crop in each row. And by doing this, farmers are I feel like it's sort of similar to what was it? The first one, crop rotation is similar to crop rotation because since, for example, crop rotation, it'll reuse nutrients, not reuse, it'll maximize the nutrients used, since some plants don't use the needed nutrients that is given, and so it's kind of wasted. But then with alley cropping, intercropping. With intercropping, plants are able to take up the maximum amount of nutrients in a single area because there are different types of crops, and it also produces higher yield because of this. So, how does plants and agriculture, how does it relate to the soil, right? So over so farmers over time, if they do not take care of the land well, the soil will become less nutrient, will have less nutrients, and then it'll become loose, and that'll cause soil erosion. And soil erosion is impactful to the environment because take the Dust Bowl, for example, in the 1930s or 1930s, during the Great Depression. The Dust Bowl was caused by soil erosion, and as the name suggests, there was the loss of dust storms and things like that. And erosion is a form of it can be a positive feedback loop because it involves breaking down plant matter, and other soil stuff like that. It accelerates the process, and that's a positive feedback loop, and that's why it's a positive feedback loop.